Hello everyone, I'm Mike Althausen and I'm going to be doing a poem called St. Francis's Satyr Butterfly. This poem was written by Joseph Bethanti. This butterfly that he's talking about is extremely rare. There's estimated less than 1,000 individuals, and it's considered one of the most endangered and rare species in North America. It was discovered in 1983 in a very small section of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And this area where it was discovered is used for artillery practice in Fort Bragg. And this area also has a very high concentration of beavers, interestingly. And these beavers, what they'll do is they'll come in, they'll eat the trees or like bite them down, what they do. And they'll use them either for dams or they'll let them sit there. And then the artillery will come in and literally blow the place up. And it creates this environment where there's a favorable condition for the caterpillars to grow and become the butterflies. One of the parallels that he makes in this poem is that the butterflies are the soldiers. And so I mention this because it's ironic. There's a quote, he says, "It hides in high impact domains. Life often chooses death. The fire is triggered by bombardment." Now this is a paradox that I thought was very important because in this environment, this is a very destructive environment. Beavers, they destroy the trees. Artillery literally comes and blows the place up. It's an easy comparison to war. And this butterfly thrives in this environment. Now it's a paradox because for humans, it's the complete opposite. In war, people die, whereas in peace would be no beavers and no artillery. Recent studies have shown that when beaver activity is decreased and the artillery practice ceases, the butterfly population goes down significantly. That's one of the paradoxes that I thought was very important. One of the other parallels that I thought was important for this poem is that no one has seen this caterpillar. Literally, like it was discovered in 1983, but no one has actually found the caterpillar that changes into this butterfly. Similar to humans, society doesn't really notice the young men and women who join the military until after they've joined and done something heroic, such as dying for their country. An example of this is BCT for us. I know many of you probably worked BCT, so I know like there's web guys, so there's some documentation that the public can see, but for the most part, most of what we do, it remains unseen to the public. Just how we haven't seen the caterpillar, and we haven't seen the process that happens that changes them into a butterfly. The last line of this poem is, "We accept on faith metamorphosis." Metamorphosis is the scientific change that happens that makes the caterpillar into a butterfly. An even better comparison would be recognition. USAFA closes off the base to visitors during recognition. So no one sees what we do to the freshmen, yet people like the Gazette, they know something happens that changes the freshmen in such a way that they're better. And this would be, in the case of the butterfly, the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It's better. It's a small brown butterfly. It's very beautiful, and that's the comparison that we make between freshmen as caterpillars becoming recognized upperclassmen as butterflies. So the conclusion that I made, the takeaways from this, so what? Like, we see this irony and a paradox, and we see these parallels, but that really doesn't, it's like, who cares? I thought it was really interesting that it takes a really special kind of butterfly to be able to thrive in such a destructive environment, just how it takes a very special person to be able to thrive in such a profession as ours. Thank you.